Hey, my name is Dejanay Christian Jewel Brooks, and this is Weekly Wisdom. I haven't been calling it that. I've just been calling it rants. But this is the new title for this. I will be committing myself to dropping at least once a week, just some wisdom, whether it's a quick little antidote or a sermon. It doesn't matter. I will be dropping wisdom. And so this week's wisdom and theme is going to be talking about the power of letting go, and the benefit, but also the pain that comes with letting go and what that means. Um, so for context, my name is Dejanay Christian Jewel Brooks. I am a person of great courage, great strength, and great power. Um, but sometimes that is also my downfall. You would think it would always be kind of like a good thing, but really it isn't. Or it is and it isn't. Because sometimes, due to my power and due to my strength, I have a very fixed nature. And I have a very, like, I can hold on. I can hold on. I can make it work. I can make it work. I can make it work. It's going to be okay. I can figure it out. Um, because of my power. Because I already know that I can manifest. I can do whatever. And that is true. All of those things are very much true. You very much can do all these things. But what I've been being posed with and dared to ask myself is that could you experience more peace if you just let it go? Um, and that's a tough question because it's opposing that fixed nature of mine. It's opposing the idea of holding on. I kind of like in the imagery that's coming to my mind. I want to think of it like a rope, right? When you're holding on to a rope and all the I don't know, the threads and it starts to get hard and you can hold on to it, and it's pulling against it, and it's just pulling and pulling and eventually you keep holding on to it. And yes, you can hold on to it as long as you can, but eventually it brings that pain on your hand because you're holding on to it so strong and it's opposing you. And so eventually either you let it go or you hold it on to your hands bleed. And that's where I'm at right now where it's like all right, cool. All right, cool, cool, cool. It's great to have strength. It's great to be determined about things, but then it's also like it should start hurting after a while. It starts to hurt after a while when you're holding on so hard and it's opposing you, and then now you're just in pain trying to grip onto something that just needs to be free. And so now I'm at the stage where I'm like, okay, cool. I acknowledge these things, but how the hell do I do it? How do I move in that direction of like knowing the wisdom and knowing that guidance and having that guidance, but then also being like, but like I'm still strong enough to make it happen. And the reality is, and what I'm being taught is that the strength and the real courage comes from walking in the unknown and being comfortable and being like, I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't really understand it. And I can't, I've done everything in my physical power, and now it's beginning to hurt me and harm me. So the only thing I can do is to release it. Because if releasing it, it allows it to be free, but then it also allows me to be free. It allows me to be free from everything that I feel like I may want, and then it also allows me to receive what I truly do deserve. Because we sometimes, especially being fixed, and I keep saying fixed because like I'm a triple Leo placement, and anyone that's a part of like the fixed sign, it's hard out here. It be stressful because it be like that is the encouragement, that's the power, and that's the strength because you can make anything happen because you believe in it, you know it, you have the capability to do it, right? And that's a great thing. But then it's your downfall too because it's like sometimes shit ain't supposed to happen, but you trying everything that you can to make it happen, and then you're upset when it don't happen, and it's like, well, you gotta figure out how to balance out your scales. And so like just getting back to the point of like now at the stage of like, okay, cool, I got the wisdom, I'm letting it go. Now what the hell do I do? Because it doesn't seem like it's working out in your favor, but I think that's the delusionment of it all is that it is working out in your favor because you don't know every outcome and you don't know every result and you don't know everything that could work for you. And that's the beautiful part about being alive and being a part of the earth is that this shit's so weird. Like it's so weird. It's so vast. It's so complex. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and like I'm sitting by a lake right now, and that's cool. But if I was somewhere in like Bangkok, my entire experience and perspective. If I was in Italy, if I was in, South America, if I was anywhere else, my entire perspective of the present moment would be so different. And I think that's the thing that's so powerful, is that everything is literally so vast. The wind is picking up, so I'm going to wait till it lifts up. Enjoy this little AMSMR? I don't know what it's called. But yeah. But that's the thing. The world is so vast and diverse, and there's so many different things all at once. And if we are only focused on our perspective alone, you limit yourself to everything that could possibly be. So like if I was like, okay, cool, I'm at this lake. I really like this lake. This is the only lake I ever want to be at. This is so pretty. It's so calm. It's so serene. I'm under trees. It's great. It's great. But what if there's a lake 20 miles away that you could actually get in, and it had a waterfall, and it had a secret under passage, and you were the only person that knew it, so you're the only person that could be around it, and just all these just other different benefits of it. But because you're fixed on what's in front of you alone, you can't even experience that, because you're so set, like this is my lake, this is the only place I want to be, but you don't even know what else is out there. And so that takes a lot of courage as well, and that's also why it becomes a strength, is to have faith at the end of the day. And I'm having to learn that. I'm walking in that now more so. I've been having to learn that recently, but I've been walking in it uh, presently, and it's such a different experience, because I started to notice, oh shit's coming to me now. It's coming to me now, because I'm not holding on to this rope, and this rope is pulling away, and it's pulling away, and it's hurting me. And if I just let that go, it allows just more things to be. It's like it's opening yourself up more so. It's just opening up yourself to different experiences that you may not know of, because you haven't had that perspective to even know to experience it, or to know to go there, to know what directions to follow. And that's where faith comes in. I believe faith is like the directions. Faith is the I took a wrong turn today, and now I know I met my soulmate. I wasn't really sure about this job, but now I'm making, it's not even about money, but now I'm as happy and as stable as I want to be. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes you really gotta let shit go and to move into the direction of faith. And then also that is, I think that is also our guides. That's our ancestors. That's our higher self. That's even our younger self telling us what direction to move in. But our ego and our own flesh is like, nah, I'm good. I'm good right here. I know this. I'm comfortable here. I know what's gonna happen here. I know if I stay here, it's gonna act like this, and it's gonna do a left turn, and it's gonna be perfect, and I know what it is. Versus being like, I literally don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm okay with not knowing what the fuck I'm doing. Um, hey, I need y'all help. Please guide me in the direction, and that's where your faith and your intuition comes to play a part. Because once you, like, I like to think of my intuition as literally my angels on a hotline just hitting me up. Like, they're hitting me up with the intuition. So I got it. I don't have to question that. But that's also a thing, too, is like, how do you discern your own voice versus how are you able to discern your voice and your intuition versus your anxiety? And that's been a large lesson for me these last couple years, is what is anxiety, and then what is actual guidance. And one of my favorite ways to go about it is that my anxiety screams. She screams. She's perpetuating. She's a little bit annoying. She is continuously telling me something over and over that may or may not be true. My intuition is subtle, and she's peaceful. She's like a drop in the water. Like, she's just yeah, no, that's not it, baby. Find another way. Verse, that's not it. That's not gonna work. It fucking sucks. No, nah. Fuck it. Verse, like, it has its own way of but that's with me, is that how I'm able to determine what's my anxiety and then what's my own intuition. And that's also a powerful way of how you can know how to move on and let shit go, is because if you, how do I say, it's like if you are constantly in your head about what's the right path to go, you won't even make a step in if you have to be in your head, and if you have to, and I'm not saying don't analyze and don't question and don't be curious about different things, but if you have to overly question yourself if this something is safe for you, or if it's legitimate for you, or if it's what you need, then it's probably not what you need, because you have to question it. There's so many things where it's like, and that's the thing also too about, I guess, I won't even say fixed nature, but just trusting in spirit and having a good ass spirit team where they're like, every time something has been for me, I have not had to ask again. I've had to ask over and over, is this safe? Maybe my anxiety and my ego has to be reminded, but my spirit doesn't have to ask over and over. She's like, all right, are we cool? We cool. Verse, and that's the also moving in the direction of what is in your highest alignment. Versus like holding on to your past. There's this analogy I thought of, and I really like this one as well, where it's like, say if you're climbing up a mountain. Say if you're climbing up a mountain, and then if you're on this incline, and as you know, when you go up on an incline, it's already hard. It's already going to be a little bit difficult because it's the incline. You got to utilize more of your body. But think about it, if you are on this incline, right? So whether it's on an incline towards your goals, towards a family, towards a healthy relationship, towards, a career, towards spiritual well-being, towards a relationship with God, if you're on this incline, aka just this destination that you're heading towards, think about if you're carrying a big old backpack, a water jug, a camping tent, and you got it all over your shoulder, and you holding it, and you're trying to go up this hill, 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 and you can't get up the hill. Or you can, but it's going to take a longer time, and it's going to exert your body so much more. Versus if you would just put the shit down, and then go up. And then when you go up, you'll get there twice as fast. You won't exert your body. You won't hurt yourself in that process. But and I'm speaking to myself because I'm learning this as I move in this journey called life, is that you gotta put the shit down. You have to put shit down. You have to put people down. Not necessarily like be mean to them or anything, but you have to utilize your discernment of what's for you and what's not for you, and what belongs on that journey. Cause like if I'm going up this hill and I got a whole camping tent and like 6 gallons of water and yada 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 yada, I really don't need all of that. I don't. I'll be cool with a tent, some water, maybe a backpack, maybe. You have to utilize your discernment of what belongs to you and what belongs with you as you move on in life. And so it's the same shit when it comes to letting shit go, so you can allow yourself to be in flow, but you can also be receptive to other outcomes. Because say if you're moving up this hill and there's somebody that's driving past you, right? And they got a passenger seat. That's it. That's how much space they got to get up that hill. And you got all this different stuff that you're carrying that's on with you. You can't get in that car because you got all this stuff that you're carrying. Bag lady. Literally. It's the notion is that like you gotta let shit go. And then once you let shit go, then you can let shit flow, and then you can actually receive the shit that's meant for you. Not necessarily just simply the things that you desire, because desire gets you fucked up. Because yes, we desire things, and yes, we deserve beautiful things, but the reality is, life isn't necessarily about fulfilling your desires on an egotistical standpoint. I think the entire purpose of life is to serve unto other people and to give unto other people as you can, in whatever ways you can. Not necessarily saying pour your entire cup into everybody and anybody, but utilize your discernment of where can your gifts, your talents, your most natural abundant self be to serve other people. For example, in my mind, this is serving other people. I don't know who I'm affecting. I don't really care. I just need to get this off, because at the end of the day, it's in my heart and in my spirit to give it unto people. But if I were to hoard this for myself, then I'm not leading a life that I truly want. Or, for example, say, and that's the thing too about monetary success, it's so temporary. And we wait. Monetary success, lustful love, anything that's outside of divinity is not something that's for you, because you will spend your entire fucking life, or half of your life, or most of your life, or even just a fragment of your life, wasting time on shit that can't stay. It won't stay with you. You can be a millionaire tomorrow, but then what if you die on Wednesday? What does it matter? What does any of that matter? And that's also the aspect of letting shit go, is acknowledging that not everything that we want is necessarily what we need to be spiritually fulfilled. And if it's not your desire to, or not even your desire, but if it's not in your conscience or in your body and your soul to be spiritually fulfilled first, then that's okay. That's cool. But I've been learning a lot about I've been learning a lot about a lot of different spiritualities and practices and wisdoms, and a lot of them are, the notion is Earth is suffering. This shit sucks. It does. It's beautiful in parts of it. It's heaven and hell, as above, as below. But the reality is that you, the choices that we make in our vessel while we are alive aligns to our soul, right? And so if you don't want to keep reincarnating, if you don't want to come back here and keep doing the same shit over and over and over, going through grief, going through abuse, going through trauma, going through heartbreak, going through literally, or, even love and stuff like that. If you don't want to do that over and over and over, you got to align yourself to the practices of God. And not saying necessarily a Christian God, a Krishna God, a Buddhist God, a Muslim God, literally just God. And in my opinion, I feel like this is God. This is God. This, in its own form and fashion, is God. Is the idea of connection outside of yourself, because we are not a single being. You know what I mean? We can't survive with just our individual self. We need food, we need water, we need love, we need shelter. We need these things in order to survive on a humanly basis, and that's God in its own self, because all of those things are naturally provided. We, as a conscious people, we like to believe that, I need at least 5, 6,000, 7,000 for me to be comfortable. Why? My home, my apartment, okay. Um, what did it take to build your home? Wood, tools, experience, learning, and somebody else to do it. Cool. Okay, that's fine. But you can do it yourself. But that's okay. Um, you need food. Okay. Does it cost 100, 2,000? How much does it cost to feed yourself? If you really, really want to get into it, how much does it cost to plant food to feed yourself? You need water. Okay, that's cool. I acknowledge that. Wait, I'm at a lake. You understand what I'm saying? Is that at the end of the day, we are holding on to these attachments that make the journey a lot harder. It makes the journey of going through life and going through life, if you're a spiritual being, going through it a lot harder, because you are mugging up your water. The clarity of what you need in your soul is already within you, but we hold on to these notions that, like, I need everything else. But the reality is, all of that shit's ego. Your ego needs all of that. Your ego needs the newest bag. Your ego needs to feel fulfilled with a new relationship. Your ego needs all of these different things. And yes, cool, it's okay to want these things, but I guess the question is when do you start to actually let it go so you can move? And that, like, I don't be having a point when I be having a point with these. Alright, I just be coming here and like, alright, I want to speak, and I want to speak truth. And where am I at right now? And all I do is just speak from where I'm at right now. Where I'm at right now is letting go of my ego attachments, allowing myself to have courage in the things that I don't know, and belief and faith that they will manifest exactly how they're supposed to be. Allowing myself to move in my gifts and my craft, so my music, my clothing brand, this affecting people authentically, being authentic with myself, healing my own individual soul, and then also learning as much as I can about spirituality, and not just the ideas that I pray to God and then everything's okay. Because the reality is that's not enough. It's not enough. Because I'm a firm believer, it is not what you acquire in this world, it is what you leave behind that counts the most. And so that means I can literally, like, everything that I want to and desire for myself is already bought, right? So, of course, I want financial stability. I want a beautiful family. I want a beautiful marriage. I want all those lovely, lovely things in this lifetime. And all that's great, but none of it matters if my entire purpose was wrapped around cultivating and attaching to those things. It really doesn't, like, because say once I get married and I have my beautiful, beautiful marriage and I have lovely kids and all that, what if I spent my entire fucking marriage in an office somewhere? I wasn't in the marriage. I wasn't in my family. I wasn't there for my family. I was present, sure, but I wasn't actually doing the things that were necessary to leave something behind, to leave a legacy, to leave an actual impact on this world that's outside of myself. This right here, videos and content like this, and the content and the art that I make and the music that I put out, that's my purpose. That's what I'm leaving behind. Because if I were to go to tomorrow, God forbid, I hope I don't, but if I were, I hope you guys have a good memory of me. I hope you guys learned something from me. I hope you were able to enjoy something from me. That's what it's about. Not necessarily, okay, I'm going to put all this out. I'm going to work super hard. I'm going to do all these things. And then I'm going to make $1 billion. Then I'm going to get a Grammy. And then it means something. Nah, because then I'm attaching to something that don't really fucking matter. Because when I die, that Grammy don't come with me. It don't. That $1 billion don't come with me. None of these things come with you. So let go of the attachment and the journey and this uphill battle that is life, because it's complicated and it's hard and it's grievous. It's light and it's dark. There's beautiful parts about it. Absolutely. It's fantastic parts about it. Absolutely. But the reality is, it is still life. And it's a little complicated at times. And it hurts deeply at times. We be fighting battles that ain't even our own battles. We be fighting our grandparents' battles, our great whatever they got going on, or whatever they had going on and that they didn't resolve, that's what they left behind. So now that's in your bag. That's on your luggage. You have the choice. You have the choice and you have the wisdom and the discernment to either put the bag down, start taking the shit out that don't belong there, lighten up your load. That's the purpose. I want to end that on this. Do what you can to lighten up your load. Life is short. Life is short. You can live till you're 105 and your life is still short. Because the length of this earth is so much more bigger than that. So at the end of the day, life is short. It's complicated, it's hard, but it's also beautiful. What you have the choices to do is to lighten up your load. Do what you can. Do what you can to let it go. Let shit go. Let it go. Let yourself flow. And on that note, bye. I'll see you next week.